Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis, my friends. Kelsey Impicciche is a professional YouTuber and Twitch streamer with over 1.5 million followers across all the platforms. But when she's not playing video games, she's writing. And friends, she is back home in St. Louis to celebrate the launch of her debut novel. And you can meet and chat with her tonight at the Clark Family Branch. But we are so thrilled to be sitting down with Kelsey right now to learn more about her and her new book. Kelsey, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is a big, big deal. We have it right here, Voice of the Ocean. It's beautiful. You match it.
Thank you. Yes, I tried to match my mermaid vibes, you know.
You did a good job. So what is your book about?
It is a fantasy retelling for young adult audiences of The Little Mermaid mixed with a bit of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's got found family, forbidden romance, a lot of action adventure, all the things that you'd want from that kind of a genre.
And young adult is just spiking right now. It has to be really fun to write for that audience.
Yeah, I grew up loving young adult books. I read so many of them that inspired me. And so when I wanted to sit down and write, I just really wanted to connect with that same audience.
And that's my question for you. What type of books, what authors did inspire you to not only write for young adult, but specifically to write this story?
I mean, I've always grown up on fantasy books. I love magic and just also fantasy retellings. I love a familiar story, but in a new light, you know, where it begins and you think you know where the story is going to go because you've heard this before, but then soon it goes off the rails and you have no idea what's going to happen next.
And those are my favorite kind of books because you're going along thinking this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, but there's a plot twist and you keep turning the page and page. What's going to happen?
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll have that same experience with my book.
And it's so cool because you do so many different things. I have no idea how you had time to write a novel.
Yeah, you know, it's just a little bit at a time in my spare time, mostly. So it gets done eventually.
Let's talk about all those hats. Content creator, streamer, video gamer, dog mom. What's your favorite thing that you are doing these days?
I mean, obviously, I would say being an author is one of my absolute favorites. Just connecting with people in general has always been my passion in telling stories. So it's fun having a new way to have a physical copy of something that I've worked on. I'm so in the digital space that most of the time everything's online, but now I have a physical version of my work and I get to share the story and talk with people and connect, and it's so much fun.
When did you first come up with the idea for Voice of the Ocean?
I was just sitting on my couch and I wondered, you know, my favorite story growing up was The Little Mermaid. But I wondered, you know, what if instead of a mermaid, she was a pirate and she was tasked with killing the prince? And what if the prince had a bunch of secrets that he wasn't willing to tell her and that he was a bit different than she expected him to be? And that's kind of the jumping off point that sparked the whole novel.
I'm intrigued in St. Louis. I have a feeling you are too. You can see Kelsey and learn so much more about her book, Voice of the Ocean, tonight at the Clark Family Branch. Doors open at 6 o'clock. The event begins at 7. Tickets are still available at thenovelneighbor.com. You can also find this segment on firstalertforward.com/greatday following the show. And then, Leah, you need to carve out some time over the next few days so you can really sink your teeth into this book.
Oh, I feel like this is going to be my big summer read. And forbidden romance, I love a good trope like that. So I'm going to be peeking at that book later, I think. Thank you, ladies. Coming up in the second